Welcome to today's video. I'm so excited to say I have cottage living installed. Yay! Okay, I really miss farmland so much being over here. I really wanted to explore that pack, that mod, and I really hope, maybe it gets some updates where I can try to play it again. But we are going to be moving the 64 by 64 lot to the one in, um, what's it called? Where is it at? Oh, Hemford on Bagley. I'm so sorry, guys. That name gets me every time. So what we're going to do, I think the best way to do this is to move out the household and just set them. So I need to evict them. So I think we should evict them. And I mean, I might not give them 64 by 64. I don't know. I might give them a little smaller. And then I think I need to download this current lot and then place it. So that's how I'm gonna do it. Okay, yeah. So there's a family on the 64 by 64 lot, and if I remember, they have lore. So I'm not gonna bother them. There's actually only one open lot. I like that there's Sims players that contribute to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that correct? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, sorry, I totally missed one. I wish we had another new crest with like different terrain because I'm a little sick of the full worlds. I would love an option that's like their world and then a clean slate world, even if it was like only 4 or 5 lots. But with this kind of landscape, or like a neighborhood, like a fourth neighborhood where they don't have anybody, that would be really nice. So we could build our own. But it's okay. I really like this house too. The one Claire did. I think I could totally tell this is her style. Is this the one she built? I think so, because she called it Lavender Cottage. I think this is it. But you could totally tell that's her style of build. And then I don't know the other simmers who built these. So anyways, we're gonna go here. So we'll go ahead and move them. We should totally be able to buy it unfurnished. And then we're gonna place our farm here, and that would be perfect. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to the game. And then kind of decide how we're gonna do this farm. Shoot all the way out. But this is really pretty. After I place the house, I'm going to take a picture because it's nighttime and it's our 3 a.m. It's really beautiful. So, yeah, I don't think they've been really self-sufficient, and they wanted to have a farm. Like, they wanted that to be their family business. So, they didn't really do that successfully either. This lot is fairly large too, even though it's not 64 by 64. This is a good size though. So I'm going to go to my gallery and place their house. Okay, so I have the house from the gallery and I start to get to work on remodeling it. Realistically, I should have just rebuilt it. It would have been way easier than spending 3 hours remodeling everything I did because I changed almost everything. I did try out the new pond tools, which I'm not very good at. I'm not good at terrain tools. I'm okay at terrain painting and landscaping. I am getting better at that. But terrain tools is another ballpark because it is 3D. And I still definitely need to practice and fiddle around with that. Maybe watch some videos. This bridge is not from Debug. This is the Ravishing Skin CC, essentially, that goes over the item used for pet training. The bridge, it kind of just makes it look more rustic and fun instead of that like garish giant collection that came in Cats and Dogs for no reason at all, in my opinion. That's opinion. As well as I use the only tree we get in the world with the pond. I really wish we had more trees, or this tree comes without lights. If I missed it, that would be great. Something I was also thinking, it'd be really nice in an update if we could get access to debug without having to type in a cheat. I understand like if they don't want us to use like their shell buildings, Because me and my sister were talking about it yesterday, but it'd be really nice if in the updates they gave us like part of debug, like they're starting to organize it, and because I feel like that's like less work for them. They don't have to create anything, but I do know they have to update the game because it has got a million bugs. But instead of all this other random free stuff like the hot tub and stuff like that, it'd be really cool if we could just have access to debug without a cheat, and it has kind of catalog. That would be really cool. Yeah, so I have to explore debug later because I know it probably has some really awesome greenery since this is a very, green world. But all in all, I didn't try any of the pond animals. They kept levitating, so it didn't work for me. But I'd really like to see how that would look if I advance this build. Since this is going to be a generational home, Speedy will age up in the next episode, and she will 100% most likely be taking 100% most likely she will be taking over the legacy because Magnolia has found a different path in life, and I'm really excited to tell her story in a side quest. I'm gonna have aging turned off for played characters just so I can tell both of their stories. So I'm really excited about that. So we will still have Orange, Bailey, Moon, and Magnolia gameplay well after Honey's retirement is what I'm going to say, because I hope she gets to retire. But I guess if you're trying to have a farm and, be more than self-sufficient, but like become like where you contribute to your town with your produce and stuff like that, you may never retire. That's okay. Teddy didn't. We all know he's... Oh, Teddy. Yeah, he made poor choices because he just wanted to be a farmer so bad. Because he thought, like, going back to the earlier days just made sense because they came from, the concrete jungle, and they're like, yeah, this is going to be so much better. Boy, was it a struggle. But I really enjoyed playing his character, and it actually made me want to invest more time into my Elder Sims. I never really do that. So I definitely think going forward, on the sim, I'm going to have content for my elders too, just because that lifespan should be cherished as well, especially, after what I put my Sims through most of the time. But yeah, so I'm just kind of playing around with landscaping because I feel like even though I'm in the middle of the field with this lot, there is a lot of greenery around the pathways. Yeah. I feel like there would be trees still on this lot if you chose not to dig them out. So I wanted to place trees that look like it made sense, but I just wasn't really happy with any of the placements I had. I did change it, but I still feel like weird, I guess, about this build, even though I changed the cottage, I really do change it completely. If you've seen the thumbnail, I completely change it, but I just don't know the if I am satisfied with it yet, which is okay because it is going to be a generational build. So when Sweetie ages up, she may add another floor, but I do want to keep the base of the build. So when I am doing a remodel on a build for story play, I like to be realistic about it. It would be a lot to move a fireplace. I know people can move fireplaces in houses depending on what kind of fireplace it is, but I don't want to just oh, well, the living room was right here and the fireplace was here and now I'm yeeting it halfway across the house. I would want to do it a little bit more realistic. So I would do my best to honor the initial layout that I put in. So if you put a kitchen in a certain place, you can expand a kitchen, but usually the kitchen in a house would stay in the same place, just expanded because of electronics, your electricity or your plumbing and stuff like that. It's a lot to change stuff like that in real life. So I don't want to make it the same lot and the house gets totally changed on the inside layout. I just would want to build upon it, maybe another level or another room. I want it to look like multiple generations live there. So this is me noticing that this roofing is the exact same for the one Solani. It's just slightly shifted to the left, and it has different color swatches. So I don't count it as a new roof, and I wish if we were getting the same roof as Solani, which if you don't have Solani, it's not a same roof. I understand that. But if we were getting the same roof that has the exact same texture that is only shifted to the left, it's not made, you can tell it wasn't made from scratch, because I'm not joking. If you just go over and over and over with the two different variations, it is exactly the same. I wish we got more colors, like pastel colors would have been fun, dark colors, exotic colors. I know it doesn't make sense for thatching to be that color, but it is a Sims, so why not? If you're not going to make a new item, give us unlimited swatches. That's my opinion. Maybe not unlimited, but you get what I'm saying, like double the swatches, make it feel like it's worth it. For the people who want to do funky fun builds, like a Costel Pastel Cottage would be fun with a pink roof, even though it would be unique and not common. It doesn't mean it wouldn't be fun. So I also switched the position of the roof. They get a total new roof in this build because people do get new roofs and it does change dramatically. So that, essentially is canon. I switch, instead of going from this direction, I switch it to the other. That way it makes more sense. But this little tree in the front is from Game. I just shrunk it down and it looks like the tree growing. So I might do that more often, because I really liked that it looked like it was growing from a sapling. Because I'm trying to get better at landscaping and stuff, and trying not to overdo certain habits. Like I love to put vines on a house, and especially with a cottage, that made sense, but I actually reduced my amount of vines in my final edit. That's what I've been telling myself before saving a house, or actually like before saying it's finished, to edit myself. And I mean, I should go back and make sure I have a trash can, a mailbox, and gates, and what's another thing? Oh, I forgot a fridge this time, but I did go back and fix it. But I've been trying to teach myself to edit and pull things off, because it helps my creativity if I don't clutter things, believe it or not. As well as, we ended up with 2 tombstones. I know one of them is Teddy's. I don't know whose the other one is, but I kind of made it like a family plot. And because I couldn't delete it. It wouldn't let me delete it. I'm sure I could shift click and delete it, but I decided to just put it by the little barn we already had and make a little family plot out there, since Honey will be spending her last couple of days here. So that, I mean, I know I'm planning for Honey's demise and all that, but to be fair, she is about to age up into an elder. Right now, elders, I think, have 12 days in my game, because I gave Teddy, I extended the elder lifespan when I was playing Teddy. I will have to double check that, but generally I keep it around 10. But we might see. If 12 is, it's just 2 extra days, so why not? I also liked a lot of these lights, but I couldn't find the short version of them. And you can't shrink hanging lights because it messes up with the reflecting and stuff like that, the way it lights up in the shadows and stuff. So that was kind of disappointing. But that could have just totally been me. I actually want to install that UI mod that makes your build expandable, like your catalog, so you see more than 2 rows at once, because I tend to miss more when it's 2 rows. Also gave them a terracotta brown bathroom, kind of in honor of my bathroom in my home, because I remember when I first walked in, I absolutely hated. I was like, I want to find a way to paint this tile, because I know you can paint tile. If you're disturbed by the way that sounds, trust me, I am too, but I just hate it, because mine is more brown and less terracotta. I actually do like terracotta more than the brown I got, but this, honestly, this one is prettier in my opinion. But I just felt like I was thinking of cozy vibes, and it was like 1 a.m. for me. So I was like, I'm gonna make the color of my bathroom, although it's not the layout of my bathroom. I do believe this sink is CC, but I just loved it, and I was like, this should already be in the game because it's really just it fit, you know what I mean? So I used it. I also tried to do a thing with the counters that I saw another sim do, a simmer build. I think her name is, oh yeah, it's Dr. Ashley. I talked about her in another build video. I don't know if I've posted it yet, but I was like, she has 1 million followers. Like, she's so amazing. She has 76,000 followers, not 1 million. So if you guys want to go support her, you should, because her builds, you're going to want every single one in your game. I promise you. I'm hyping it up. She is amazing. And watching her builds really gave me quite a bit of inspiration, but I didn't do her style. I did my own style, but she plays around with cabinets a lot in the bathroom, and I tend to just go for a sink. So I tried that here, and I did some clutter, and I really liked it. So I hope you guys do too, because I'm kind of proud of it. I'm also starting to put toilet paper rolls in the bathrooms because the Sims don't use them, so I'm kind of like, why hunt it down? But I'm doing it. That way it's just that one little extra realism that we can all appreciate, especially living through the pandemic with toilet paper. Oh, I don't know if I can say pandemic, panoramic. I just said it twice anyways. I'm not going to edit it out. Yeah, living during that time and the toilet paper being sold out. That actually was my birthday weekend the first time I went to a store, and it was like my birthday, and they were sold out of toilet paper. So that wasn't fun. Thank goodness I had some at home, but still, like, I was like, I only have 3 rolls. Technically, I do need some. So that was kind of an unforgettable moment for sure. I add this shower to the tub because I really wanted a tub that had a shower, the wraparound shower, so it would both fit. And I wanted to use our new tub, so I was kind of like, I'm gonna pretend that it has a shower, although I know it's not gonna function. I'm secretly hoping it will by some miracle, and I'm just the first one to figure it out because I've never seen anyone say that works, but I'm sure it doesn't. But I still liked it, so I left it. And then I just kind of decide to gut most of the furniture and I rearrange. I did end up replacing the front windows with the new windows. I wasn't going to do that because I really liked these windows, but it needed to be done. I'm sure you'll see why as I build. It just made sense to do it. It was just no point of resisting because I was using like curtains because I was like, if I'm going to put a TV in front of this open window, like, you're going to have the window closed because you're not going to leave your electronic right there if you have any brains at all. And luckily I do. So I had to change that. Oh, and I'm still using the Oak House walling. I just changed the wallpaper. I just changed the color because Honey's favorite color is green. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but Honey's favorite color is green. And Magnolia's is like a soft pink, like a blush. And Sweetie right now, her mom is dressing her in a lot of yellow, but Sweetie's favorite color is purple. So there's that. But yeah, I really like the Oak House by, I want to say it's Pierre Sims. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, his Oak House CC is my favorite in the entire game. I would love it in multiple different colors. Like, he has tons and tons of colors, but it's a very similar color palette, which duh. That way you can cross-reference items and mix and match so it goes together even if it's not the same color. So I'm not trying to complain about his color palette. It's amazing. I would just like it like in a pastel version or in a dark moody version. That way I can use the same pack for different types of builds that aren't like, because to me this is like what a house would look like, because I'm from Alabama, the South in the United States. I don't live there anymore, but I still live in regions where houses look like this on the inside. So any variation of this in a color palette would be really cool. I was actually thinking about trying to recolor his CC for myself to use in different swatches, because I would just only use his CC and like Ravishings and just like them in different colors. So that way I have like an unlimited amount of potential. Because I want to start a berry legacy after I do my Birchwood Farms. I want to do berry legacy because I'm going to have the storybook one going on for quite some time because it has layers and like I'm gonna do it with side quest, and I'm gonna have like I'm building the houses, the characters, like it's a project. It's like a passion project essentially. But the table or the dresser thing that I use in the living room for the TV, that is also from the Oak House, and it is one of my most favorite pieces in my game. So I have started using a lot of Build CC, although it's kind of funny to say that I just started using Build CC at the beginning of the summer. I've used it before years and years ago when I was like a realism player, the hyper alpha, but now that I'm not, I kind of was like, oh, I'm just going to do Max's Match. Well, Max's Match Build CC started to get really good in the last 2 years. So I jumped on that bandwagon this summer and I haven't looked back, and I don't plan on it. If anything, I plan on expanding the size of my computer so I can put more stuff in my game. So that's where we're at. I actually was talking to my sister and I told her, I said, I love Max's Match CC now because it's getting like really good with the details, but it not being over detailed like alpha. It still blends into the game, but it's just a little bit special because it has like more time taken into it, in my opinion, and the better edges and stuff like that. But I will say this. I would take out all of my Max's Match clothes and hair because the game has gotten better. If we keep getting packs, because I don't think there is enough. If you have all the packs, I still don't think there's enough clothes and hair. But to like play this game continuously, because you want to create different characters. You don't want to keep reusing the same XYZ over and over and over. It's just, to me, that's maddening and it's not fun. Because I like to personalize like my Sims down to extreme details. I won't get rid of my skin details because, I mean, I have some I need to get rid of because I accidentally got some alpha ones mixed up, and I have to hunt them down and delete them. But I won't get rid of my Max's Match skin details because I think it's just the icing on the cake, like the cupcake. But I would get rid of my Max's Match clothes, all my Max's Match clothes and makeup if I could only have build or that. I would choose build because I've really been enjoying what the custom creators have been putting out. Like, I think I've been talking about it. The PTS, yeah, so it's the Plum Bob Tea Society is what that PTS is. And it's the Cottage garden stuff pack they have, just Plum Bob Tea Society. And it's that piece right there in the kitchen that I won't get rid of that has the baskets and the different produce on each swatch, which is just icing on the cake. Chef's kiss. I can't believe the detail of it. That is my most favorite stuff pack to use recently. So and it's obviously CC, but yeah, I know I would love for people to download my builds, but I'm gonna use CC, and that's just kind of who I am. I'm not gonna overdo it like some players where it's like all hyper realism and everything they use is CC. They don't use anything from the game. Like I am using, and that's okay. They can play like that. That's just not how I'm gonna play. Oh, that scared me quite a bit. I'm sorry, guys. But I will say that I would 100% not give that up so people could download my builds. I'd rather you just use it as a shell and make it your own. Because I really do enjoy CC. It makes the game for me. Build CC. But I would say that, I'm sorry, I'm saying, like quite a lot. I'm just like literally speaking off of my, head, which I know can get people in trouble because, rambling is like, it's just crazy. I know. So sorry if you're bearing with me this long. You can mute it if you want to watch this build, or you can leave. I don't want anyone to feel like they have to watch my videos. I want you to want to be here, kind of thing. But that's why I'm trying to organize my CC. Like I've said in many videos, it's kind of organized. It's organized by like where I find it in the game, like Cass, gameplay mods, and then I have mods by creators, like the big modders, and then I have build. Those were my folders, but now I'm trying to organize them by creators, so that way I can say I only use these people. Like, I'm trying to take out the random CC and only use stuff that is made by creators. So if I only have one item from one creator, I'm just going to delete it if I don't want any more of their items or they don't have any more, because I'd rather say, oh, if you like this build, I used all of Little Dicka's stuff. Like any CC that's in this build is Little Dicka. It might not be from the same pack because he releases collections or like packs, which I really like. That's what I'm trying to do, is like only have CC by collections from creators. That way I can easily say what it is if someone does end up wanting to download my homes. Because I had a witch cottage from a few years ago that I built like 2 or 3 years ago that was downloaded over 100 times, which I know some people are like, okay, all my builds are just like thousands. Well, to me, that's a big deal. So, I actually did end up using like 2 pieces of CC in it, and that was it. But I had no idea what to tell those people what it was because I didn't know. And they really, like, it was something one of them really wanted, and it made me feel bad. So, which I know is not my responsibility, but at the end of the day, like, if I could, I mean, it would make my life easier too. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm trying to stick with certain creators. But here I am trying to terrain paint, and I know it's rough, guys. I know. I just feel like, you would have a trail, and plus, like, where the grass is lifted up, there would be somewhere from, just nature. Because if you look around the world, it looks like that. But I just feel like we don't have the same kind of terrain paint that they use. For like texture and stuff. I mean, call me crazy because I could just be really bad at this, which is probably the case. But I just feel like some of it are tools that we don't have. And I just feel like that's kind of silly, right? Why do you have, I know that they have world tools because they make the world, but if you already make it to make the world, why don't you just give it to the players? I don't understand. Because then it's like another thing you gave us and you seem super awesome, but it's something you already made and you need it to make anyways. I don't know. Like, let me just tell you guys. Like, I don't know. Like, I have toddlers, so I just feel like, let's say I'm making myself a snack and they're like playing and they come up to me and I'm already making them a snack, but I don't announce it because like I'm going to eat a snack. So I'm like, well, they're going to want one too. So I go ahead and make it. And then I give it to them and they're like, oh my goodness, thank you, Mom. Like, I can't believe you went out of your way to make this for me. And like, that's just something I always do. Like, I have to do it because I have to feed my kid and I love them. And it's like, it was nothing that I wouldn't do already, but they appreciate it when you don't announce it. So like, that's what I'm kind of trying to say. So if they like gave us the debug catalog and didn't announce it, people would riot with happiness. They'd be like, oh my goodness, the debug catalog is organized and we don't have to access it with a cheat or like the world edit, whatever. If they just did that and didn't announce it, people would be so thankful. I don't know. I know nobody important is going to hear this from the video, but like, this is what you do. You announce with under expectation and over deliver. So you expect less and over deliver. I don't want people to come into the game and like expect less and then be like, oh, well, this works and it's not broken, so I'm happy. Why don't you just be like, hey, we only did XYZ, or this is what the theme of the pack is, and then only release a little bit of, I know you need to show gameplay and stuff because it's a big purchase, but like, keep some things a mystery, I guess. I don't know. I'm just rambling now, but yeah, so back to the build. This is the kid version of Sweetie's room. So we have that, and I really think it reflects like cottage living and farm living, and I think it reflects like her
bright and beautiful personality. And Magnolia's room goes very, I actually change it in the next episode, but she kind of has her own path now, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. I'm also really happy with what I did with Honey's room. I added those little, I know the patterns are different, but remember she knits and she's probably going to cross stitch. So it kind of reflects like she made stuff that, maybe she got a pattern or on sale or like a fabric, and that's why it's in her room. But I'm really happy with this build. I gave them a little picnic area, a picnic basket, a place to paint outside, and I don't know, I love it. I hope you guys do too.